Fun fact, positive people only appear to be positive on the outside. I'm not saying that they're severely depressed or melancholial. I don't think that's a word in the inside, but there's just a different thought process. Essentially, a positive person isn't necessarily thinking, okay, what's the bright side to this when shit hits the fan and splatters all over their mother's handcrafted pristine Peruvian linens. No, a positive person is more practical in the sense in that they're thinking of what to do next. How can they move on from that moment? How can they seamlessly pin the blame onto their 18-month-old nephew? You see, the concept of being positive is a wrong way to look at it. You're focusing on the wrong principles if you're thinking like that, and you're just, not to mention that you're stigmatizing and putting negative connotations onto other natural human emotions, like sadness, depression, or anxiety, all of which have their own practical value on their own. But I won't be diving into that in this one, so don't be incessantly positive all the time about everything, because that's gross and delusional. I say learn what it means to keep moving forward instead. Now, the f does that mean?
Well, let's say your current situation is bad, in that your problems, they keep piling up. Moving forward isn't you looking past your problems, focusing on what your world is going to be like without them. Nor does it mean you keep shifting back and forth between them with the hope that they're going to become better at a second, third, fourth, fifth glance. In both of these cases, you're either standing still or you're moving slow enough that your progress is unquantifiable.
Moving forward means that you acknowledge and you accept that your problems exist. That's always part one, acceptance. Then you take the first step for finding the first solution to solving the first part of your first problem. And you repeat until that pile just happens to disappear. And in other words, until you've overcome your situation. And that's it. That's moving forward. It's simple. And it's hard. And it's uncomfortable. And that's okay. But what's that got to do with positivity? Well, what do positive people always say?
Oh, well, things are always going to get better.
Why? Because if you keep moving forward and problem solve, things do tend to get better. And the cool thing is, when you do so enough times, you begin to build this subconscious belief that anything you come across, any dilemma, predicament, or whatever, that there's going to be an underlying solution that's available to you, accessible. And the cool thing about this is that not only is it backed by your emotional experience of actually dealing with this kind of situation, but that it's where you derive optimism from. So when you're in a group and you're facing adversity, you'll go in with a fundamental belief that there's a solution there waiting for you to find that will help you improvise, adapt, and overcome whatever that situation is. All because you started with a mantra that you have to keep moving forward. And you know what? Guess what the group is going to perceive you as? A positive person. Why? Because you bring the value of continuity to the table. That life is going to keep moving forward. That things are going to tend to be better with your presence there because of the type of attitude you're bringing forth to the group. The fundamental message I'm trying to send is this. A positive attitude, demeanor, character, whatever, that's not the goal. That's a byproduct of the actions you take and the habits you build. And a positive action and habit is found in progression, moving forward. So if you want to be a positive person, then great. Now you know how. Just take a step forward, dingus. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope that you found it practical. If you did, especially if you didn't, stick around. There's a lot of things I gotta say, and some of which will be beneficial to you. Thanks for watching so far. I'll catch you next time.